Hey guys, it's your boy Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing to you an unboxing and review of the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts Trunks Xenoverse edition. But before we get started, I just want to let you know that I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be giving away one of these Tamashii Nation store exclusive Son Goku Innocent Challengers. So if you're not subscribed, I think you should. You might even be the one who takes this one home. But anyways, this is a really interesting S.H.Figuarts because it was basically a collaboration with the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 video game. Not only was the Trunks released, but also a Time Patroller from, I think that's like the character that you get to play in the game, also got released as well. So it's pretty interesting, you know, it's definitely a different type of Trunks than we're used to, but I don't know. For me, everything is welcomed in the series. I want a figure of everything. But yeah, this one was released back in April of 2017 for only 50 bucks, which I know it sounds like a lot, but for a collaboration, I feel like, I don't know, usually they charge more. You know, it has like limited edition on the box or something. Usually I go through a little bit of history of the figure, but there hasn't been no other Trunks in this specific outfit from the video game, so I don't think it would be correct to give a history on the like future Trunks, or you know, we don't even have the regular Trunks from our timeline. So yeah, no history there. But anyways, you could probably find this one for about $80 to $90 is what I see as like a fair value. Obviously, if you could get it for less, you could try and go on eBay auctions or OfferUp. Maybe someone's selling it near you. That's what I always recommend to my viewers. Let's take a look at the box here. So we have Time Patroller Trunks here, and then his Super Saiyan form. Then we have a picture of his sword, some face shots here. You know, I think I already showed the back here, but here it's dedicated to tell you about the game and the tie-in and stuff. We have the name on the side, piece of his hair up here, and then him just looking at us nicely down here. So yeah, let's get him out of the box. So here we have the figure in the clamshell, and I know first thing you'll notice is the face is like upside down, which is funny because it's something that I've noticed with other people's photos that are online. For whatever reason, that face is just upside down. But anyways, you know, we have a lot of the space being occupied. I especially like how the sword looks. I like the golden with the blue here. But this is basically just in case you're interested in the clamshell. Let's get them out. All right, so we're back here, but before we get started, make sure to check out my website, DBZSHFIGS.com, where you will find a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts line. The site is constantly being updated with all the latest information, so make sure to check that out. But yeah, here we have Trunks, and I mean, I gotta say, the figure itself looks pretty basic, you know. We have some green under here, and then he's just wearing a trench coat. And then we have the usual Trunks that we know and love. You know, not much going on. I do like all the little details with like the buttons and the belt. Here we have a clear shot of the jacket he's wearing, the trench coat. You know, he even has gloves on. And then if you want to look at all these different details, not a fan of the little metal, I don't know what you would call them, like sticking out there, but we have those. Yeah, I mean, pretty basic figure, if I'm being honest. In terms of accessories, this is the face that he comes with. So it's just like a stern, normal Trunks face. And then for this same face, for this same hairstyle, when he's normal, we have him looking off to the side, as you can see. So he's just like kind of almost smiling, to be honest. But he's looking off to the side. And then it does include an additional Super Saiyan head, so you get both base and Super Saiyan, which I love, obviously. You know, in this one, he's like grinning, like if he's in the middle of a battle, which is pretty cool. And then the other Super Saiyan face he has is one that's screaming, so that could be him throwing a ki blast or just fighting someone. And then in terms of hands, he comes, of course, with the two closed fists, as usual with S.H.Figuarts. He comes with a pair of ki blast hands, as I like to call them. He comes with sword gripping hands. You could clearly tell that's what they're for each hand, the right and the left. And then he has another pair of gripping hands, but these ones I believe are more for like the scroll And then speaking of the scroll, here's what it looks like. Forgive me because it's not a game that I played, so I'm not sure what the importance of the scroll is, but I'm sure there's people out there that know what this is. So if you know, leave it in the comments below. Educate us all. The sword. So here's the sheath itself. You know, it comes with the top part, sword. So you could like put it here when you don't have your Trunks holding the sword. That way it looks like it's inside the sheath. But if you prefer your Trunks to have it out, they also included a complete sword, which looks really nice. I gotta be honest. I mentioned it before, but the gold looks just really nice. It kind of looks like actual gold, which is rare, you know? And then like the blue on the handle just looks really cool. But that's it for accessories. So if this is your first Dragon Ball S.H. Figuarts and you don't know how to change the parts like the hand or the head, I'm gonna go through just a small tutorial. So basically, if you want to change the hand, you hold the forearm here and then apply a little bit and that should pop out. And then you're gonna take your new hand and basically all you want to do is just push it in. Make sure it goes in like that. Should hear a little click. And then as for the head, you're gonna want to just squeeze it out. You know, should be a ball peg there. And then let's say you want to make them Super Saiyan, but not specifically this face. The hair should be able to come off here. Just pull it off like this. And then the face will be able to come off. And then you take your additional, where'd it go? Oh, your additional Super Saiyan face. You put those two pegs in the hole. You take your hair and put it back in. And then you connect the hole there with the peg. And there you go. That's basically how it goes. If you want to know how to put the sword on him, you have to pop out the head. Then you take your sword. You basically just put it through the arm here and through the head part here. Basically like that. Make sure it's all nice and centered. And then you take your head again, whichever one you want. And then you put it back into the peg there. And that's basically it. All right, so now we're gonna move over to the review part of the video. And as always, we're gonna start with articulation. So we start at the bottom here at the foot. It's able to rotate 360. The foot is only able to slightly go up and down. And it does not have an ankle rocker, which is wild because most modern day figures do have it, but this one does not. And the toe is able to bend up, but not down. And then at the knee, he's able to bend as far as his clothing will let him. So basically just like that. You know, you could try and force it out, but there's just too much resistance in his trench coat that he has. So it's very limited. And as far as kicking, again, very limited with the trench coat. He could go as far out as this, as far back as that, off to the side like this, and inward this much pretty much. And then he is able to rotate 360 at the hip, and he has some pretty good ab crunch, you know. He's able to look down, which is all you would need, and he's actually able to look pretty high up. Then we move over to the shoulder, which he's able to extend upward, downward, 360, off to the side, butterfly in. And then he is able to rotate 360 at the bicep, and the elbow bends this far, which is pretty good. And then the wrist rotates 360, and you're able to bend inward and outward with the hand. And then lastly, we move over to the head part. He's able to look down this much, so his chin is basically touching his chest at that point, so that's full range of motion that he could get. And then if he looks upward, it's just straight. You can't really look up. And then you are able to rotate 360 and swivel back and forth with the head, you know. So that's pretty much it for Trunks here. So articulation, In his legs is basically non-existent because of the trench coat, unfortunately. In the top, it's actually pretty good. So I feel like the most I could give him is a 3 for articulation. Now, as far as accuracy, I'm gonna pop up this picture right here, and to me, he looks pretty good, pretty straight out of the video game. So that's gonna be an easy 5 for me. Next up is price to plastic ratio. So of course, just a reminder, comes with the figure, comes with an extra head. Counting both heads, it comes with a total of 4 face plates. Comes with a total of 4 pairs of hands, including the 2 fists he has on. Comes with the sheath and the quarter sword, just to make it go inside the sheath, and then the actual sword. And it comes with the scroll. So all that for a retail price of $50 is pretty good. I want to say, you know, it's not common that you get 2 heads for different transformations. So like a base form and a Super Saiyan form. And then you get like the sword, which is pretty cool. I feel like that $50 is hard to beat. Obviously, it goes for more in resale, but my price to plastic ratio is based on whatever retail was at the time. So for $50, I gotta give it a 4. Next up, we have scale, and for that, I brought out our old friend, Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. So here they are standing side by side. Just a reminder, Goku is supposed to be about 5'9", and Trunks is supposed to be about 5'7". And here's a picture on the side just for you to see. But based on the figure, he kind of looks like he's basically slightly shorter, if not the same height as Goku. So, it looks good from like different, like in this angle, it looks great, you know. But in this angle, for whatever reason, they look the same height. But I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. That kind of looks from this side, a 5'7" man and a 5'9" man. So I'm gonna give it a 4, just because in some angles he doesn't look as short as he should be compared to Goku, but in some angles he does. So lastly, we have shelf presence, and overall, you know, shelf presence is pretty biased because what I like on my shelf may not be something that you like on your shelf, and vice versa. So for me, this figure is honestly pretty basic. You know, like the outfit itself is not really giving me much to work with. I do really like the sword, like I mentioned, and I love that it includes the Super Saiyan head as well. So I can't give it too much of a low score, but everything else looks rather plain. You know, it's not like the Future Trunks outfit where it's like iconic. So for shelf presence, I gotta give it a 3. Now, if you wanted to improve his shelf presence, you could just simply add the Tamashii Nation's, you know, yellow effect aura piece, which just automatically makes everything look way better. You see that? That already made everything look better. So if you don't have one of these, I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can get yours. It just makes all your Super Saiyans just pop out more in dioramas that you have. So make sure to check that out. So overall, this Trunks from Xenoverse video game gets a cumulative score of 3.8 out of 5, which is a little underwhelming, just basically because of the articulation is so hindered. But this is a figure that came out back in 2017, so it's obviously going to have faults, and it's not going to be able to keep up with figures that come out in 2025, or at least he shouldn't, right? You would hope. Figures are always evolving. But yeah, the age of the figure definitely shows, but overall, still a really nice pickup. If you could get it for a nice price, I suggest you do it, because, I mean, the sword itself is like really cool, and it's not often you get a base head and a Super Saiyan head within the same figure. So pick it up if you're a Trunks fan, or if you're a fan of the video game, or if you're a completionist like me. But anyways, make sure to check out the Amazon deal tabs in DBZSHFIGS.com, where you'll find all the best deals for Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts currently on Amazon. Thanks for watching. I really hope you have a nice, great rest of your day.